You ever wake up from a dream and just lie there for a second, feeling a little betrayed by your own brain? 1 minute, you're flying over a city made of cheese, standard stuff. The next, your teeth are falling out like loose change, or you're trying to scream, but only dusty silence comes out. We tend to dismiss dreams as just our mind's nightly garbage collection, a random jumble of the day's leftover thoughts, anxieties, and that one weird commercial you saw. But what if it's more than that? What if your subconscious isn't just taking out the trash, but is actually trying to send you a message, wrapped in the most bizarre, unsettling packaging imaginable? Psychologists and researchers are finding that these common, creepy dream scenarios aren't as random as they feel. They're like a secret language for our deepest fears, insecurities, and unresolved issues. Your brain knows you just ignore a straightforward email titled, "Hey, you should probably deal with the control issues." So instead, it makes you dream that you're showing up to a final exam for a class you never took, completely naked. It gets the point across. So, let's pull back the curtain on our own nightly horror shows. These aren't just weird glitches in the system. These are the disturbing truths your dreams are trying to tell you. Let's get right into it. Number 8, the silent scream. You've been here before. A shadowy figure, a monster, or just an overwhelming sense of dread is bearing down on you. It's the perfect moment for a horror movie scream that could shatter glass. You open your mouth, you push with everything you've got, and nothing, not a peep. It's like your vocal cords went on vacation without you. The harder you try, the more suffocating the silence becomes, amplifying the terror. This dream isn't about a future career as a mime. It's one of the most common ways your subconscious screams at you about feeling powerless or unheard in your waking life. That project at work that your boss is ignoring, that conversation with a loved one where you feel completely dismissed, your dream self is literally showing you what that feels like, to have a voice but no sound. The psychology here is twofold. First, there's a biological reality of REM atonia, the state where your brain paralyzes your muscles during REM sleep to stop you from physically acting out your dreams. So, when you try to scream in a dream, your brain is getting the scream command, but your physical body is getting the stay completely still memo, creating a frustrating, silent conflict. But on a deeper level, it's a potent metaphor. This dream is your brain's big red flag, signaling that you're suppressing important emotions or feel like you can't speak up when it matters. It's a sign of bottled up frustration, fear, or the feeling that you are being silenced by a situation or person in your life. Essentially, your brain is sending you a deeply unsettling alert. You are not being heard. It's time to speak up when you're awake. Number 7, the great dental disaster. The classic teeth falling out dream. 1 minute you're having a pleasant conversation. The next you feel a weird looseness, and suddenly your pearly whites are crumbling, cracking, or dropping into your hands like gory little pebbles. You wake up with a phantom, chalky feeling in your mouth. Frantically check it with your tongue to make sure everything is still there. For centuries, people thought this dream was a premonition of death or disaster. 6. Luckily, it's probably not that dramatic. Modern psychology offers a few compelling, albeit still unsettling, explanations. The most popular theory links this dream to high levels of stress and anxiety, particularly about your appearance, how others perceive you, or a lack of control in your life. Your teeth are a symbol of your power, your confidence, and your ability to bite back at the world. Losing them in a dream suggests a deep-seated feeling of powerlessness. It can also be about communication. Are you worried you said the wrong thing? Or perhaps you're holding back something important for fear of judgment. That anxiety can manifest as a dream, where the very tools of your speech are literally falling apart. But here's a weirder, more physical twist. Some research suggests a direct link between this dream and actual dental irritation, like grinding your teeth at night bruxism. Your brain might be interpreting the physical sensation of jaw tension or your teeth grinding together and translating it into the most logical, horrifying image it can conjure. Your teeth making a break for it. So, while it could be a symbol of deep psychological distress, it could also just be your brain's extremely dramatic way of telling you to maybe invest in a mouth guard. Number 6, the unprepared exam. The setting is instantly familiar, yet horrifyingly wrong. You're back in high school or college. the air thick with the smell of floor wax and quiet desperation. You're handed an exam paper, but the questions are in a language you don't speak, or it's for a calculus class you have no memory of ever attending. The clock is ticking down with aggressive speed, and everyone else is scribbling away while you stare at the page, a cold, sinking feeling of failure washing over you. You might even realize you're not wearing any pants. This isn't your subconscious trying to tell you to go back and get that degree in astrophysics. This is a classic anxiety dream, the poster child for what psychologists call imposter syndrome. It's your brain's go-to metaphor for feeling judged, scrutinized, and completely out of your depth in your waking life. Think about it. An exam is a situation where you are being explicitly evaluated. The dream strips away all your preparation and knowledge, leaving you exposed and vulnerable. It's the ultimate fear of being found out as a fraud. That new job you feel unqualified for, that big presentation you have to give next week, your brain translates that pressure into this dramatic academic throwback. The details are what make it so potent. The ticking clock represents a deadline or a perceived window of opportunity that's closing fast. The other students who are perfectly fine are manifestations of your fear that everyone else has their life together while you're the only one failing. And the nakedness? That's just a cherry on top, a literal representation of your feelings of total vulnerability and exposure. Your brain isn't just saying you feel unprepared. It's creating a full-blown simulation of what it feels like to be caught, judged, and found wanting. Number 5, the endless chase. It's dark, the landscape is confusing, and something is behind you. You don't know what it is, but you know it's getting closer. You run, but your legs feel like they're moving through molasses. Every step is a monumental effort, and the ground seems to be actively working against you. The sense of dread is suffocating, a primal fear that bypasses all logic. You're running for your life, but you're not going anywhere. This is arguably one of the most primal dream scenarios, tapping directly into our fight or flight response. But you're not actually running from a monster. You're running from something in your own head. The faceless, nameless pursuer in your dream is typically a stand-in for an issue you are actively avoiding in your real life. Psychologists call this an avoidance dream. That monster could be anything: a looming debt, a difficult confrontation you need to have, a bad habit you can't shake, or even a feeling like anger, jealousy, or grief that you're refusing to face. Instead of confronting the problem, you're trying to outrun it, and your dream is showing you in the most terrifying way possible that it's not working. The feeling of running in slow motion is the key. It perfectly captures the frustration and futility of trying to escape a problem that lives inside your own mind. The nature of the chaser can sometimes give you a hint. If it's a shadowy, vague figure, you might not even be fully aware of what you're avoiding. If it's an animal, it could represent a more primal instinct or passion you're suppressing. And if it's a person you know, well, that's probably a pretty direct message. Your brain is telling you to stop running, turn around, and finally face whatever's been nipping at your heels. Number 4, the big fall. There's no build-up, no warning. One moment you're standing on solid ground, a cliff, a building, or maybe just your front porch, and the next, the entire world has been yanked out from under you. Your stomach leaps into your throat as you plummet through empty air. It feels terrifyingly real, the wind rushing past, the ground hurtling towards you with finality. And then, right before you become a pavement pancake, you jolt awake, your heart pounding like a drum solo. This dream is the subconscious equivalent of a slap in the face. It's the ultimate metaphor for a loss of control and a lack of security in your waking life. That feeling of free falling through the abyss directly mirrors a situation where you feel completely helpless and unsupported. It could be triggered by instability at work, a rocky relationship, a financial crisis, or any major life change that makes you feel like you've lost your footing. Interestingly, there's a physical component to this one that blurs the line between mind and body. You probably experience a hypnic jerk, that involuntary twitch that jolts you just as you're drifting off to sleep. One theory is that as your muscles relax into sleep, your brain sometimes misinterprets this sudden relaxation as you actually falling. In a moment of sheer panic, it sends a jolt through your body to catch yourself. The dream of falling is your mind creating a narrative to explain that bizarre physical sensation. So, this dream is your brain's alarm system at its most dramatic. It's a notification that you're feeling overwhelmed and insecure. It's your subconscious grabbing you by the shoulders and screaming, "You're in over your head and you need to find some solid ground, fast." Number 3, the runaway vehicle. You're behind the wheel of the car, which should be fine, except the brakes are spongy and useless. The steering wheel won't turn, or the accelerator is jammed to floor. You're careening down a road, heading for a cliff, a wall, or oncoming traffic, and you are nothing more than a helpless passenger in the driver's seat. The feeling isn't just fear. It's a unique, stomach-churning horror that comes from being responsible for a disaster you cannot prevent. This dream is a modern, high-octane update on the falling dream, but with a crucial difference. It's not just about a general loss of control. It's about the direction your life is taking. The vehicle represents your journey, your career path, your life plan, your relationships. Having it go haywire is a sign that you feel the path you're on is heading toward a dead end or crash, and you don't know how to stop it. The specific malfunction is a clue. If the brakes don't work, you might feel like your life is moving too fast, and you can't slow down. If the steering fails, you probably feel like you have no say in the direction you're going, perhaps being pushed along by the expectations of your family, your job, or society. Sometimes in these dreams, you're not even in the driver's seat. You're in the back, which is a screamingly obvious sign that you feel someone else is in control of your life trajectory. This dream is your mind's way of staging an intervention. It's a warning that the ambition, habit, or path you're currently on is becoming reckless. Your subconscious is basically holding up a giant, flashing sign that reads, "You need to take back the wheel before you total your entire life." Number 2, drowning in a sea of something, whether it's a monstrous tidal wave swallowing the coastline, a swimming pool that suddenly has no surface, or a room that is slowly, ominously filling with water. The theme is the same. You are drowning. The panic is cold and absolute. You struggle against the crushing weight of the water, your lungs burning for air that isn't there. It's a slow, silent, suffocating terror. Unlike the sudden shock of falling, drowning is a struggle you are actively losing. And that's the key. In the language of dreams, water is almost always a symbol for emotion. And drowning? That's your brain telling you that you are completely, utterly overwhelmed by them. The state of the water offers more clues. If you're being slammed by a massive chaotic wave, you're likely feeling blindsided by a sudden rush of powerful emotions in your waking life. Grief, rage, or maybe even overwhelming love. If you're sinking in dark, murky water, it points to feelings of confusion, depression, or uncertainty. You don't just feel sad, you feel lost in the sadness. This dream is a manifestation of being in over your head, emotionally. It's a sign that you're bottling up feelings to the point where they have reached a critical mass. You've been trying to keep your head above water, and your subconscious is now showing you a terrifyingly literal vision of what will happen if you fail. It's your mind's emergency broadcast system, warning you that you need to find a way to process these feelings before they consume you entirely. Number 1, the house with secret rooms. This one is less about immediate terror and more about a deep, creeping sense of wonder and dread. The dream starts simply. You're in a house. It might be your current home, your childhood home, or just some random house. But then you notice something is off. You find a door where there was never a door before. You open it, and it leads to a whole new wing of the house you never knew existed. An entire undiscovered world, hidden within the familiar. The rooms might be beautiful and pristine, or they might be dilapidated, dusty, and filled with cobwebs. They could be furnished in a style you've never seen, or they could be completely empty. The feeling is a bizarre mix of excitement and trespass. This is your house, but it's also a total stranger. This is perhaps the most profound message your subconscious can send you, because in dream psychology, the house is you. It represents your psyche. The familiar parts of the house, the living room, the kitchen, are the conscious, known parts of your personality. The hidden wing, that's an undiscovered part of yourself. Finding beautiful. New rooms can symbolize untapped potential, new opportunities, or positive traits you're just starting to recognize in yourself. But discovering dark, locked, or decaying rooms can represent repressed memories, past traumas, or aspect of your personality you've deliberately ignored or are afraid to confront. Your own personal shadow self, as Carl Jung would say. This dream isn't a warning of failure or a cry of being overwhelmed. It's an invitation. Your brain is literally opening a door and showing you that there's more to you than you think. It's a map to the unexplored corners of your own mind, challenging you to understand yourself more deeply. It's a message of self-discovery, wrapped in a strange, architectural mystery. The only question it leaves you with is, are you brave enough to step inside and see what's there? So, we've explored the frantic, coded messages your brain sends while you're asleep. From your teeth making a grand escape to finding a secret, creepy wing in a house that's secretly you. It's clear our subconscious isn't just taking out the trash. It's airing our deepest, weirdest laundry. If you've ever woken up from a dream that felt less like a random story and more like a direct, personal call-out from your own mind, share it in the comments below. I'd love to hear about the most bizarre, disturbing, or hilarious truths your own dreams have tried to tell you. And if you enjoyed this dive into the weird plot twists of our own minds, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the strange and unsettling corners of science and psychology. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.